Hey everyone, it's Types, and today I'm going to be talking about some new cards that were recently revealed, some Pokemon that are kind of cool, and some that are really cool as well. So Tortuga first, though, 70 for 2, switch to the bench, not good, not terrible. It is a pre-evolution stage 1. It's like okay, but 100 HP is good, I guess. Not amazing though. 3 retreats bad as well. But then Caracosta, the stage 2, is 3 retreat. And keep in mind, this evolves from a fossil, so more awkward to get into play than a regular Pokemon. But the ability here, Primal Knowledge, your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more to your opponent's active evolution Pokemon before weakness and resistance as well. So that's kind of interesting. You can use this to kind of hit weakness, I guess, but that's pretty niche. And then 150 for 2 water isn't that bad, but it's not that good either. So we'd actually probably rather be like even like 180 for 3 because then you can use reversal energy. So, but there are ways to accelerate water energies. It's not like that bad, but the ability here is kind of interesting and it does stack. So if your opponent is running some evolution based stack, you can get a bunch of these in play, attack with some Pokemon. Um, I don't know. I was gonna say like Mimikyu, but that doesn't do damage. I don't know. There you could attack with some wall or some like moderately powerful Pokemon, but not super powerful Pokemon, but then elevate it to being super powerful and one-shotting stuff. But that's pretty awkward. And then if they're not an evolution deck, that's pretty bad. So this card, unfortunately, I don't think is very good. You could pair it with Pokemon like, and I do have the fossils pulled up as well, so I'm going to talk about those real quick after this. But you could pair this with a basic walling Pokemon. I think the best one's Noivern. I really should know what the basic walls are, but I know Noivern EX is a card that sees play, and it walls basic Pokemon. And so if your opponent's running a basic deck that can't damage you, then if they're running an evolution deck, you're now doing um, 30, 60, 90 extra damage, probably like maybe 60. That's only 130, which isn't very good, but it is an option, and it's kind of interesting. But I don't know. It's an interesting concept. Not super powerful though. And then we do have the antique cover fossil, and the fossils are weird. They are these Pokemon. They have an ability. Each one of them has an ability. By the way, these are the new fossils, and Antique Gold Amber is essentially a fossil as well. But they have abilities that do something. They're all unique, but they are played as they're item cards, but they're played as basic colorless Pokemon with 60 HP. Yeah, they all have 60, and they can't retreat and can't be affected by special conditions, and you can always discard them from play. Um, of course, it's gone. You're not getting it back, and they do give up a prize as well. So that's kind of interesting. And these are not abilities. The like no special conditions, can't retreat, and you can discard it from play. So even if you are under ability lock, this Pokemon can still use that effect, kind of like an ability. But then it does have an ability, Protective Cover, prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon onto this Pokemon, which is an interesting ability. As if you look at a Pokemon like Sableye or like Roaring Moon EX or EOT V Star, they have effects of attacks that will do big damage. Essentially not actually damage, but stuff kind of like damage or instant knockouts. Of course, Roaring Moon EX can still knock you out despite that, but if you are able to make this Pokemon, I guess it's not really a Pokemon, but this Pokemon super tanky, then you could actually have a really tanky Pokemon that is, immune to effects of attacks. It acts like an item, so it has really unique properties. The other fossils, this one's immune to effects of abilities. This one's immune to, um, or stops your opponent from playing stadiums if it's in the active, and this one takes 30 less damage. So you got some interesting effects here as like kind of defensive control cards, but not great. And being a fossil is worse than a regular Pokemon. This comment here I just saw. It's unplayable because it's a fossil. That's not really true. There you could make a fossil. Like if this card was like Baxcalibur, you could definitely play it. It would be worse, but it would be playable. But it's not. It's not. It's not like that good. So unfortunately, not such a good Pokemon. It's not terrible. You could play this if you really wanted, but I don't think it's very good. Just got Vikavolt. I've heard a lot of talk about this Charjabug, which is I think it doesn't really deserve it to be honest, but it's interesting. Grubbin not very good. Vikavolt. Let's talk about the Vikavolt though. It does 240 for 4, which is not very good. I mean, 240 damage is a solid number to hit, but it's not an amazing number to hit. And then you also have Volt Switch, 90 for 1 lightning. Switch this is one of your bench lightning Pokemon. It's kind of cool, right? Doing damage is always fun, and then like switching to the bench, kind of cool, but not that good, right? It's not that much damage, so yeah, that's a thing. Um, And then we have the Charjabug, which has been getting a surprising amount of hype for being, in my opinion, a not very good card. But it does have an interesting attack. Parallel lineup, search your deck for up to 3 Charjabugs, which would be all your other Charjabugs, as far as I'm aware. Like, this doesn't get Radiant Charjabug, which you could have a copy of in addition to the 4 Charjabugs, and obviously you have this Charjabug in play. But you could get your other Chargebugs and put them onto your bench. So this allows you to set up. Admittedly, it is slow, though. If you want to go to the stage 2, which presumably you do, then it's the third turn. First turn, you evolve this Pokemon. Second turn, or no, first turn you play the Grubman. Second turn, you evolve into the Charjabug and use your attack. And then the attack ends your turn. And now on your third turn, you can go and you can start attacking with Vikavolt. And you'll have lots of Vikavolt. So if we have some Vikavolt, like... I don't know, if we just had some good Vikavolt, I guess there is a good Vikavolt in like expanded, but who's out here playing expanded, right? And who's out here playing expanded where they need 3 Vikavolts? I mean, it's like it accelerates energy. It's a cool Pokemon, I guess, but um, yeah. And there's some other Vikavolts that are kind of cool, but I don't think this Charjabug's that good. Especially there's a super broken Charjabug that's like, I talked about items that are Pokemon. Charjabug's a Pokemon that's an energy. It's really weird, but it's really good as well. It's kind of insane to be honest. Um, but yeah, if we get a really good Vikavolt, if we could get like a Vikavolt EX that's even like solid, this card is a decent card. Or if we get another good Charjabug as well. So pretty fun Pokemon, but not good right now. If we look at the Vikavolts we just have one, and this one is, oh wait, okay, I forgot this Vikavolt. It does 120 and 80 more for each of your bench Charjabug. So this card could be okay. I definitely forgot this card existed. So it is better with this Charjabug. It's going to be hitting if you got 3 Charjabugs on the bench, which is well, I guess you could actually have 4 Charjabugs on the bench. Okay, this card's better than I thought. You have Grubbin though, so Vikavolt. So you have Grubbin. You could have technically 4 Chargebugs on the bench. I mean, then you're hitting what, like 440. So you don't need 4 on the bench. If you have 3 on the bench, you're going to be hitting 360, which is kind of what you're looking for. If you have 2, you're doing 280, which is not bad. But keep in mind, if you are attacking the Charjabug, you are attacking turn 3, and that's kind of awkward. And this attack cost isn't super easy to pay either. It's not the worst, but 2 lightnings, you're looking at reversal energy or electric generator or manual attachments plus some minor acceleration like Juvine's Charisma. Or if we get a card like Raihan back, which is like acceleration, but it's not really something you can fully build your deck off of, but you could get by with, and maybe Neo Upper Energy in there as well. But I don't think it's super good. It's interesting though. It's really slow, but it actually has some potential. Um, and yeah, this person says Vikavolt EX is coming, but yeah, this Charger with Vikavolt kind of interesting combo. I forgot this card existed. I definitely just kind of blocked it out of my mind, and it's like a new card too. It's from Temple of Forces, so oh yeah, no, Temporal Forces. I always get confused by set symbols that have the same first letter from the same generation, which is kind of bad. Especially with Paradox Drift, Paldea Evolved, and Paldea Fates. I struggle with those because I don't know. I'm so used to the set. Like, I wish they brought back those like funny little logos. They're always weird though. Like, what even are like what are these things? I mean, you can kind of, like, is this a crown and this another crown? Anyways, enough rambling about Vikavolt though, because we also need to talk about Klinklang, the newest revealed card. With an apparently incorrect attack name translation. I don't know, like it doesn't even matter. But the Klink and the Klang are not so good, though not terrible. Notably, they all attack for colorless. That's pretty cool. The Klink is not so good, but drawing card for 1, you can use it. I guess it's a good basic attack to have. And then Klang here, 60 for 2 colors is not actually that bad. And it does 10 to itself, but whatever. So for 2 colors, you could like, I don't know, it's not that good, but it is a Pokemon that is usable. Like Klinklang though, this one is obviously the best one, being in stage 2. That's almost always how it goes. And Hyper Beam 130 for 2 colors, discard all energy from this Pokemon, but Emergency Spin is your ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your hand and your opponent has a stage 2 Pokemon in play, you may put this from your Pokemon onto your bench. However, its attack's not that good. 130 for 2 colors is pretty underwhelming, but not terrible. Double Turbo, you're hitting 110, one-shotting Chien-Pao EX, and I think, and I glanced at the comment section, I am using Pokebeach. I don't remember if I said that, but A really solid resource. Probably use an ad blocker for it though. And it it is a good counter to Chien-Pao EX. Chien-Pao's an okay deck right now. I mean, I'd say it's like top 20. I wouldn't say it's top 10. Oh wow, this says it's like, well, okay, in the current stand format, like it's not great. Let's see. Um, I can go here. Um, so Chien-Pao is like borderline top 10. I'd say it's like borderline top 10, but I'd say they're definitely better decks outside of this. And also it depends if we split decks into variants. Oh, it actually goes up. What? But I don't know. I think Chien-Pao is not that good. I don't think it's bad. I mean, I think it's an okay deck, but more importantly, it's not like that highly played. Like 3% played, 4% played isn't that high. So if it's a one card tech, it's not even auto winning you the matchup. It's not even helping that much in the matchup. I mean, it's helping, but Chien-Pao is not that highly played right now. If it becomes highly played though, this is a really solid card. And then it isn't like 130 for 2 isn't bad. You have 140 HP, which is pretty low. 140 is pretty underwhelming. You can kind of look at this like Luxray from what's Obsidian Flames, I think. No, Paldea evolved, but Swelling Flash, you can play this if you're down on prizes and it does 180 for 3 and you damage yourself. So low HP but higher HP, kinda. If you damage yourself, it's lower. So if you actually attack, it's lower, but um, you can technically survive a hit, survive a 140 damage hit, but it's not great. But then 180 is obviously more than 130. So you can use this with reversal energy. It's seen a lot of play, like a really solid chunk. This is an insane amount of play, but it's some, and this is a solid card. I don't like it in control, by the way, but I know some people do. But yeah, and I don't think Klinklang's sneaking his way into control. But it's interesting. I think the ability is kind of cool, but also obviously against like all basic decks or all stage 1 decks, it's useless. As a solo Pokemon, you would need to play their previous evolutions, and it's certainly not worth it then, because it's a pretty underwhelming stage 2 as a stage 2. But yeah, it's okay. I think this design's like fine. I'm not a massive fan of hard counters because they just don't feel super interesting. It's like, oh, you play this to beat a deck, and it's not even that good of a hard counter, which is fine, but it's probably just not going to see very much play then. Not the worst card by any means, though, either. If you're against like Charizard EX, I guess it's not tanking a hit, but you could Hero's Cape. You could Luxurious Cape, like tank a hit from Charizard EX or something, but the Darkness one. And then last time we got Slowpoke and Slowking. Slowpoke isn't that good. Also, what are these like comments? I got really confused by these comments. So this says, "Oh no, that's a fun deck." And okay, I'll just say what it says. So inspirational challenge for Colorless Psychic. Discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a Pokemon without a rule box, choose one that Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. That's kind of cool. Actually, really cool because you can use really powerful Pokemon like I was looking for a stage 2 single prize. No one plays stage 2 single prizers. What's a good single prizer? Because the good single prizers like aren't even that good, and don't even see that much play. Let's see, Lost Zone. There's got to be some good single prizer here. Wait, Radiant Greninja is a single prizer, but it has a rule box. Let's see. Let me find something from Twilight Masquerade that's like passable. There we go. We got Rillaboom, stage 2. 180 for 200 on a stage 1 though. It's not bad. So you can discard this Rillaboom and then do Wood Hammer. You do 50 to yourself, but that's like okay. Doing 180 for 2 in a stage 1. Of course, you're doing the card on the top. This comment says, "Ooh, now that's a fun attack. Can be used with the stadium to put whatever you want on top." What stadium is this? So like, I was really confused about this. If I go to advanced stairs and then stadiums, are they talking about like what stadium is this? I'm just kind of confused. Are they talking about primordial altar, which lets you look at the top card and potentially discard it, or is there some card that's not out yet that I'm not aware of, or that's in like expanded? Um, yeah, like or do they mean Cypher Maniac's code breaking, which is not a stand, it's a supporter, which is like it does that. And then someone said with Nighttime Stretcher, it's awesome. But that's like what? Nighttime Stretcher recovers Pokemon into your hands. Sure, recovering Pokemon is like good. I think there's some combo. Is there something that lets you put? Oh, I know a stadium there. Okay, never mind. Okay, I finally figured it out. Good thing. I literally like was looking at this for like half an hour. It's like, what card is this? It finally popped into my head. So it's the new stadium revealed here. I think. Nope. There's a stadium. I think it lets you put a card from your hand on top of your deck, and I don't think it's here. It might be in the Japanese set. Let me actually check real quick because I should know this. Apparently, okay, it's this stadium. Knight Academy. There we go. Once during a turn, that player may put one card from the hand on top of their deck. Okay, yeah, so that's what they're talking about. Sorry, I was really confused. I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about, right? Um, which is I thought it was like whatever you want from their deck, which isn't. It's whatever you want from your hand though. So, and I was looking at some Pokemon like what would be good combos for this. I couldn't come up with any immediately. I mean, there are solid Pokemon from the new set. There's a Haxorus that's kind of fun, and certainly like Stage Twos are just generally kind of fun Pokemon. The attack cost is awkward though. It's Psychic Colorless. You could use Reversal, but Reversal energy is super sketchy. If you pull ahead or go even up prizes, then you can't attack, which is obviously bad. You need to be able to attack. And then on top of that, of course, you could use Zadu or other Psychic Acceleration. You could use Gardevoir EX with like Curlia stuff, which could be pretty fun, honestly. I think I will try that. That seems really fun, and it will be coming out on September 13th. That's so long away, but looks pretty cool as well. So let's see. Let's look at Stage 2s in Standard. I do want to find some cool combos before the end of this video. I have not looked at cards though yet. Pokemon Stage 2s. Standard. It could be Japanese standard, but then all the cards are going to be in Japanese. Let's do English. One unique card. One unique card. No, one print per card. Unique text. There we go. So there's like Alakazam, a pretty fun card. Lets you move at damage around, but it's not that good. Conkeldurr, which is just 250 for 4, but it's a weird card. But you can just do 250. Which is like whatever. It's certainly solid. Like 250 is a good amount of damage, and there's no downside, which is nice. Oh, Scolipede, put damage counters on your points active until it's 10 HP remaining. Pretty interesting there. Keep in mind it's non-rule box Pokemon, and it can be basic or stage ones as well. What else is good here? We got there are some fun Pokemon. Most of these are just so underwhelming. Well, I'm sure there's some combos with this deck, and I'm excited to do it. In the stadium, as I said, I kind of forgot that it existed. King Gambit, though, instant knockout if they have 4 more damage counters on them. Really fun card, and not the King Gambit I was talking about earlier, but really cool card. And I don't know, you just have some really fun cards. But yeah, I think this is a deck that I'm super excited for as well. There's Zoroark from Evolving Skies, not the new Zoroark, but the old Zoroark, which is a really cool card. That rotated, Evolving Skies, not in standard anymore, but really fun deck, but it had limitations. It only worked with stage ones. It's different from Slowking from a number of ways, but there are some similarities. They're both toolbox decks, but yeah, I think this is a really cool card, and I'm super excited to be playing with this. But I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking and subscribing as well, so you can see these cards in action once they finally come out. But I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.